Must be 18 or older in order to call. Advice is for entertainment purposes only and is not a professional opinion. Hi guys, we're the DeMartino sisters, and this is Dear DeMartino, a show where we answer calls, texts, and tweets regarding relationship advice, and we give really relatable relationship advice. So today, we're going to be talking about dating older and dating younger. Ooh. And Alex has a special guest for this one.
This is my boyfriend, Kevin, everybody. Welcome to the show.
Thanks. Clearly, I'm in the older category there.
I was going to say, are you a little comfortable to share your age with everyone, the age difference?
I don't mind. She doesn't mind.
I don't care. I am 24. And
I am 35.
We're 11 years apart now, and we actually met on the show 7 Dates, my dating show on Awesomeness TV, and we've been together for how many, babe? 10 months?
10 months.
10 months, yeah. Well, you guys, your boyfriends are younger. How old is your boyfriend?
Older. Yeah, hers is older. I'm dating younger.
Oh, Nate's older?
Nate's 24. I'm 22.
Okay, and
Colin's 20 and I'm 22.
Okay.
So what are the pros and cons of dating someone older? Because I'm curious. I mean, I dated someone older in high school, but he was still a kid. I mean, you're dating a man. So.
Well, I'd like to think I'm an adult as well. It's great, honestly, because I feel like dating older, there's no games, there's no anything like that. We're just very direct with each other about what we want and what we don't want.
No games.
Oh, yeah, there's still games. Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
Well, not on his end. On my end, probably.
Yeah, because that's what you get for dating younger, right?
Of course.
I don't know, Kevin. Go ahead.
I knew what I was getting into. Mm-hmm. We'll put it that way.
I feel like I'm not dating, like, older in, like, the 11-year sense, but not only is my boyfriend, like, mentally, like, much more wise than a lot of other guys, and he's a lot more mature. He's, like, a 30-year-old inside a 24-year-old, like, mentality. So sometimes I'm the one playing the game, and he's very straight up and just very logical, and, like, I'm not used to that.
So, I mean, the whole game concept, I can see what you mean, because I'm dating younger, and Colin's a very nice guy. He doesn't, like, play games, per se, but when he's upset, I have to play quite the guessing game. I always knew I would eventually go younger because I was in a 5-year relationship with a guy that was 2 or 3 years older than me, and it was just kind of like I was, like, the child, and, like, he would talk down to me, and he automatically wore the pants because he was older. And, like, the cool thing is in Colin and I's relationship is I don't wear the pants, and he doesn't either. We both act immature together. And it's not like he's talking down to me, and it's not like I'm talking down to him. I'm not to make things awkward, but do you get spoken down to or anything like that? Like he knows so much more than you. No, you have to listen.
Actually,
I know.
There's times when I'm like, oh, yeah, I know you know everything. You're older. But at the same time, it's like, it's nice, especially like being 24 years old and like sometimes being confused about certain things about life. It's nice to get like your opinion on it because I feel like you do know what you're talking about.
And sometimes it's just good to have that perspective of somebody a little bit older that just tells you that's okay.
Oh, yeah, I absolutely love it. And like the thing is, we were talking about this the other day. We don't really notice our age difference unless like you reference, you know, something from like the 90s that I don't remember or like I'll reference like, oh, do you know who Dove Cameron is? No, like.
Oh, looks like it's tweet time. I just got a tweet. So this tweet is from Cleveland. I'm dating someone 10 years older than me. I like him a lot, but I think he wants to settle down ASAP. I'm only 21 and not ready for that yet, but also don't want to break up. What do I do?
I think relationships are all about, like, being on the same page and stuff. And I think regardless of if you're dating someone older or younger, you should be able to, like, say, like, hey, this is not where I'm at yet. And just because someone's 10 years older than you doesn't necessarily mean you need to be ready to take that next step. So especially if you're going to date someone older, there needs to be, like, a mutual understanding of, like, what you're comfortable with, what you're not. Basically, communication's key, I think.
I feel like it's just about making both halves of the relationship happy. Because you also have to realize where he's at and where you're at and just come to a middle ground, like a compromise. Because I don't think it'd be fair to him if he's 10 years older, but then I don't think it'd be fair to you if you're not ready. You just have to communicate.
What do you think? Do you want to?
From an older gentleman perspective, I think that it's not fair for them to think that dating a 21-year-old that he automatically wants to settle down if he's already in his 30s. I don't know their situation, but if a man in his 30s is dating a 21-year-old girl, I would hope that he isn't just trying to settle down
put a ring
with
on
her.
it.
I'm hoping that from an older perspective, he's letting her become who she's going to be before he tries to make her into something that she's not.
I guess our advice to you is talk to him.
Yeah.
Like,
Communication.
just talk.
Say that louder.
Just be like, hey, is this what you're thinking? Because this is where I'm feeling, and this is how I think. And
I just feel like so many
compromise,
people
get on
are
the
so
same
scared to ask for what they want and say what they need for fear of making the other person upset. It's like, just talk to them. They're your best friend. They're your partner for a reason. You should be able to express your needs and stuff. I don't know.
Looks like we've reached our close call segment. Let's take this call.
Hello.
Hi, girls.
Hi.
So I'm calling because I'm dating a guy a lot older than me, and everything's like, it's going great. It's really good, but the only thing is our friends are like in totally different places in their lives. His are basically all settled down and like getting engaged and stuff, and mine are still single, going out, having fun. And I don't really love hanging out with his friends because I feel like they judge me for my age. So I'm really not sure how to deal with this.
wow,
Oh,
it sounds like a FaceTime call with Alex.
Sister, I got your back, boo. The thing about a relationship is compromise and give and take. And I know when I'm going into a situation with Kevin's friends, I have to have a different mindset than I'm sure he does when he goes to hang out with my friends. And it's kind of like a give and take thing. I don't know. Maybe you can give some advice on this.
No matter how old the guy is, he's always got friends that are young bachelors that are willing to hang out with the younger girl and her friends.
Yeah.
Or no matter what, no matter how young the girl is, she's going to have some friends that can join the adult party, so to speak.
If you love him, like, you know, even if your ideal situation isn't to hang out with his friends, do it because you love him and
Totally.
try to have the best time for him and for yourself so you can have a good night. And then when he's with, you know, with your friends, I'm sure he would do the same.
I feel like you're definitely just more so focused on being judged. I was dating a guy 3 years older than me for 5 years. And every time we would go hang out with his friends, their girlfriends were like all like the mean girls that were like just very basic. They weren't into makeup like I was. No one in our hometown was into makeup like I was. They would make me feel very shameful about how I looked, and they would drop little like comments and laugh. And I feel like it's overall the aspect of being like embarrassed around your boyfriend or like the guy that you love and they're his own friends. And I feel like in order to like surpass that, you just got to wear confidence like a hat, and you just can't let these other opinions of his friends and their girlfriends or wives bother you.
This best advice I ever heard is nobody thinks of you more than 30 seconds. So even if they are judging you, you can't help that someone's judging you. All you can do is keep your mindset great.
Definitely. Thank you guys so much. That really helps tremendously.
No
Yeah, no
problem.
problem.
Good luck.
Get it, girl.
Thank you.
Bye.
Oh, we got another call.
All right. Put this baby on speakerphone. Hello.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey.
Ooh, a boy.
Boy.
How
What's
are
up?
you? What's going on?
Not a whole lot. I just, I want to talk to you guys about something. So I'm dating a girl who's a couple years younger than me, but she's not 21 yet. So I'm like constantly in this battle of, do I go out with my friends to the bars or do I stay in with her? And, like usually it wouldn't be a big deal, but she gets upset every time I go out with my friends, and then my friends get upset every time I stay in with her. So like, I'm not really sure the best way to handle the situation. I was wondering if you guys have any suggestions.
I am honestly going through the exact same thing as you are. I have a boyfriend that's 20 years old and I'm 22. We're all young, we're having fun. And I met him when I was 20. I was single, I was fun, I was going out with my friends. And I told myself if I ever got in a relationship with someone after my ex, I'm gonna make sure that I still keep my fun aspect and that they're just a good addition to my life, that they're not controlling my life and that they're not controlling my decisions, and that I keep my life as is and they're just a perfect bonus. So at first, he got really upset because the first 2 years of our relationship, I go out on Thirsty Thursdays and on Fridays and Saturdays and occasionally Dollar Wells on Wednesdays, and like that's how many days of the week. But I made sure to compromise with him. However many times I've gone out with my friends, we will go on that many dates that week, and it's been a really good system.
I want to know your opinion.
Well, I've also been in that situation, and with that, it was all just finding the balance, because we've all had those friends that get a boyfriend or girlfriend, and you never see them again, because that's where they spend
Exactly,
all
yeah.
their time. And you don't want to be that guy or girl.
No.
And at the same time, we've all also had those friends that never bring their significant other anywhere, whether it's by choice or if, say, all the friends do is go to the bar.
Yeah.
And whenever you're in your early 20s, that's where you spend most of your time. So my best advice would be to find the common ground that you can do, because like concerts, bowling alleys, dinners, these things you don't have to be 21 at, but there is still alcohol there. If that is such a major thing that it has to be involved, then you still can do these things and bring the significant other. But then outside of that, if it's a big night out, she should be okay with you going out if it's a big celebration or something. And too bad she's not 21. You know, it's a shame.
You can't
that
let
that's
her
the case.
control.
I think it all comes down to trust.
Yeah.
Everyone gets into a relationship taking a risk. Like, you never know if that other person can hurt you. And like, I think being the younger one in the relationship, she's probably scared you're gonna go out and find another hot girl at the bar. You know, it's intimidating. And maybe if you can see like her side a little more, and she can see your side a little more, and you guys just really communicate and come to like a compromise and understanding. And maybe if it means you Snapchatting her when you're out or sending her texts,
Oh my gosh.
you know, just making her feel like she's not forgotten when you're with your friends.
When I'm out with my friends, I Snapchat my boyfriend all the time. I text him all the time, but not to the point where everyone's like, "Get off your phone." Like I don't know how I do it, but like I somehow like make it equal.
You don't want to be texting him up a storm when you're out, because that like shows like you don't trust them. But like, I mean, you'll shoot me a text and be like, "Hey babe, just got back from a night out with my friends, going to bed now." Like, just like, and that's not even like a thing you have to do. It's just like a nice little.
Yeah, it's just a courtesy and out of respect. And if your friends aren't cool with that, with you, you know, checking in with your girl, then you know, I think they're just giving you crap, or they're just giving you crap. That's what guys do. They always give you a reason. It's like, what do you mean you're not coming out to the bar? It's like, well, you guys are going to the same bar that you go to every Thursday. Like, why do I have to be there?
Yeah.
You know, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, you're good
Just
about
just
that.
stand up to them. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And have your
Well,
girl
thank you
time
guys.
and guy time.
Thank you guys so much for your insight. That's really going to help. And maybe I'll call in a couple weeks and let you know how that goes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely. We'd
Hi.
love to hear.
All right. Thank you guys. Bye.
Yep. Bye.
Dating someone older or younger can have different pros and cons, but at the end of the day, we're all just people, and I don't think so many, like, the age thing should be so close.
I think I see a lot of common themes in relationships regardless of the age. I didn't even think of, you know, how you would feel hanging out with Kevin's friends. Like, it never occurred to me the age difference. But, like, the common theme is that, like, the same thing could happen if, like, my boyfriend has friends he grew up with and I'm, like, entering that new group and I feel like everyone's judging me. I feel like there's a common theme in like compromise, and just like sucking it up, and if you love it, doing it for the other person.
I feel like a lot of the situations, like Niki said, if you just take away the age barrier, there's still situations that happen a lot in relationships. I know when my boyfriend turns 21 in February, he told me he's not gonna want to go to the bars, he's not a drinker, and honestly, like younger or not, without the age, that's still a situation where I go out and he doesn't, and you know, it's always going to be a thing with relationships without age. I feel like the only thing with age is just the whole maturity level.
Getting talked down to, I can understand that. Sometimes I feel like the older one in the relationship doesn't mean to talk down to you. It's just like they're going to hear something incorrect and just tell you like their 2 cents because like they've been around longer, they're wiser. They want you to be a more educated person, so they're going to tell you, you know.
Well, your thing is always, I've made these mistakes before. Trust me, I know. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that every situation is different because maturity is at any age, really. There's some really immature people that are way older, and you can't judge it just on a number like that. It's per situation. If the person makes you happy, then the age shouldn't matter.
Age doesn't mature.
You got your moments.
Well, that's it for this episode. Make sure to let us know in the comments down below what your opinions are for dating older or younger. If you have any experience you want to share, let us know as well. Make sure to subscribe to Awesomeness if you haven't done so yet.
And to all of our channels, and we'll see you guys in our next episode.
Bye.